Hey everyone, welcome to the Find Me in Seattle podcast here from its Find Me in Bangkok podcast, I guess episode 1 of the Find Me in Bangkok show. This is my special guest of honor, Amanda Lim.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thanks for
Pleasure.
coming all the way around the world to be on my show.
Oh, you're welcome.
I've-
Anytime.
Well, for those of you who don't know, most of you know, Amanda and I are here to get married. We're going to get married in 2 weeks. So I think she's going to be my co-host for the show, at least for 4 weeks. And then maybe you'll let me know and we'll get rid of her when we get back into Seattle.
Don't
But
give me the boot.
a lot of you guys have been wanting her to be on the show. And when I teased it the other day on my Instagram story, I think a lot of you were more excited to see her on the show than me. So yeah, I'm so excited to have a real life celebrity on the show.
It's because I'm funnier than you.
Yes, you are much funnier than I am. But all right, so what we're going to do for at least the 4 episodes while we're here in Bangkok is pretty much just like give you a run through about what we're doing. And this is as much for Amanda and I as it is for you guys. But this first episode is going to be kind of a rundown. And I think Amanda's not prepared at all for what I thought about this show. It's just kind of like, hey, are you going to be on the show? And she said yes, because it would be weird for her to sit over here and just make funny faces at me.
Awkwardly watch.
Yes, like you do on my Instagram stories.
Well, I think the Bangkok started, just for everyone to be very clear. So when Connor and I first started dating, we got invited to my cousin's wedding. P-Fame, shout out to you. And she invited us to her wedding, and by technicality, her title is a princess. And so I told Connor, I was like, we have to go. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You know, we'll never be able to go to a royal wedding. And so we decided to go. This was 2014? 2014. So we come to Bangkok, and it's cool because I get to show Connor, you know, some of my heritage and things that I'm familiar with that I grew up eating and seeing and hanging out with. But we go to my cousin's wedding, and there's 2,000 people there. It's an insane amount of people. It was such a cool experience. And then being able to be up close with the princess herself, and then her best friend, who happens to be the daughter of the current king. So that was cool. It was cool to be in the presence of royalty and hang out and see how the other side lives, and that kind of sparked our thoughts of like, well, what if we did an international wedding, and what if we had our wedding here in Bangkok? And we always teased about it. We always told people that would be here, but then push comes to shove when we got engaged, we're like, well, is this it? Should we do it? And we decided Bangkok is definitely the place because we wanted everyone to have something special and share in a moment and a trip. And not to knock other weddings, but most weddings you go to, especially Western weddings, you know, you see the bride and groom maybe like 10 minutes tops, right? And you don't really get to talk with them. And here we wanted to make it an experience and talk with them and see our guests for more than just 20 minutes. So
Yeah, I'm a little worried about that though.
are you?
Yeah, well, we have 100 people RSVP'd with flights that are traveling here. So like we're just not going to get to spend that much time with them.
Yeah.
But the ceremony, and we'll kind of save the ceremony maybe for next week's show, or maybe even the show after we actually do the wedding. The ceremony has moments where we actually get to spend quality time with everybody, which is very different than a normal wedding.
Yes, and to be very clear, we're not doing a Western ceremony, which is you walk down the aisle, you exchange vows, you say I do, and then you kiss and you call it. We're doing a traditional Thai Buddhist ceremony. So part of what that includes is a kanmak. Kanmak is think of it like a parade. So Connor, in traditional times.
I thought we were talking about this next week on the show.
Oh. Okay, should I just cough?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I will save it for later.
Yes, please save that for the next episode.
Well, I want it to be very clear. But yes, it's a traditional Thai ceremony, so not a Western ceremony, which would be very cool for our guests to experience and be a part of. So
Yes. Okay. So the point of this week's show is more for the 100 people who are traveling, so they can kind of hear about what our travel experience was like getting here because of coronavirus and everyone's freaking out, and Seattle's like on red alert right now. And we left like right as it all started happening. So we left on Monday evening. I guess it was technically Tuesday morning. We went to the airport at 10 p.m.
Monday.
on Monday. Our flight was at like 1 in the morning on Tuesday, and then we didn't actually arrive into Bangkok until Wednesday at noon Bangkok time.
Because of the 15-hour delay, so you end up losing a day.
Yeah, so we lost an entire day on the travel, as will all of you. And so my question for you, Amanda, was what was it like getting on an international flight to Asia with the coronavirus scare?
Well, let me tell you, I think with coronavirus, with the looming international travel, and on top of that, wedding jitters and wedding planning, and not really knowing what else we had to get done. As a bride, I will tell you, I suffered immense anxiety. And I think that it's totally cool to call it out because everyone goes through it. Everyone who has been a bride knows exactly what I'm talking about. Everyone that's planning a wedding right now knows exactly what I'm talking about. So to have it all become like a snowball effect really led me to go and seek professional help and say, like, is there something that I can do or have that will help me be more calm? So prepping for the international trip, I think it was a lot of education. So making sure that Connor and I are both up to date and telling our guests, what the current situation is, what the current travel advisories are. But then also...
Which were?
Oh, the current travel advisories?
Uh-huh.
So Thailand is not really affected. So Thailand has 50 confirmed cases as of today, and the U.S. has over 336 confirmed cases. So we felt comfortable coming to Thailand, especially knowing that it's not really a big thing here yet.
Well, it's a big thing. Don't sell it short.
It's a big thing, yes, absolutely. But
the numbers aren't big.
Correct.
But it's still a very big thing. Every single person is wearing a mask. There are signs everywhere. There's hand sanitizer everywhere.
Yes, there's hyper diligence about it. Absolutely. Yes. And so not to downplay or whatsoever, but I felt like out of all of the all of the Asian countries that have been what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know what you're trying to go here.
Of all of the Asian countries that have been affected by coronavirus, Thailand was at the bottom of the pile.
As far as reported tested cases.
Correct.
Okay, so that's not really my question.
Okay, what's your question?
Everyone knows those kind of things.
Okay, what's your question?
So you get to the airport. What was it like? We get on the plane. What was it like?
See. Okay, so being on the airplane, or being at the airport, so to say, there's lots of hyper diligence about it. Everyone's wearing masks. A lot of people are wearing gloves, just to be safe.
How many people were there?
Very little. It was empty. It was like you could drop a pin and hear it. But then we go through TSA. No one in TSA. I've never seen Seattle that empty in my entire life living there in Seattle. We go through security within we walked right up to the counter and then put our bags on the conveyor belt and then walked through it and it was fine.
And when you tried to check in with Eva, you gave us those hats. Why did you bring hats?
I brought hats to
the hat.
Eva. He's gonna grab it.
Well, I can't walk away. I have the microphone on.
Yeah, he can't walk. I bought hats off of Amazon that say bride and groom because I've tried so hard to get upgraded to business class. I've never flown business class to Asia. It looks super bougie with the lie-down seats. Never have done that before, so I tried so hard. But we talked to the gate agent, and she let us know no one's being upgraded because the airline is losing so much money because the plane isn't even half full. So she said out of the 360 seats or whatever, only 150 of them were filled. So we couldn't get upgraded, unfortunately, but maybe on the way back.
And so we get on the plane.
Yes.
And what seats did we have on the plane? And why did you like those seats? We
had a row. So in premium economy for EVA, we have a 2, 4, and then a 2 seat selection. It's the whole row across. So I chose a 4 seat, and then Connor and I were on both ends, so that way we could have an entire row to ourselves. We get on the plane, and there's no one in premium economy. There was I think out of the 30 seats, there were 15 filled. I think that's what the official count was. So we got an entire 4 row to ourselves, which was nice because we could stash our backpacks and luggage under the seat and on the empty seat next to us, and then Connor and I both sat on the inside. So.
Yeah, and we had our 4 seats. There was a girl who was sitting in the 2 next to us, but she got escorted away for some reason.
Gosh, I forgot about
so we don't really know what happened, but they had a conversation. She moved from the seat next to us to the row behind us, and then they escorted her to the front of the plane. And so I don't know if they escorted her off the plane, if they upgraded her, but then all the flight attendants came and kind of like tore apart all the seats and went through all the bags, like looking. I think they were just checking for their stuff, but it was a little concerning. Like, was she sick? Right? Because they brought her a cup of water, right? And I was like, was she not feeling well? Is that why they walked her off? So there was like a little hesitation, but there were so few people on the plane. And I think the best part was we had our 4. We had both 2s next to us were empty, and the 4 in front and the 4 behind were also empty. So it really felt like we were on the plane by ourselves.
Yeah, it was great. It was a private experience.
Yeah, so there was no concern about leaning back. There was times where I even put my feet up with my socks on. Because I would never put my bare feet up on the armrest between. Because there was just nobody there, so it was so nice.
Yeah, and EVA already has, in my opinion, some of the best international service to Southeast Asia, and I felt that because the flight was super empty, all of the attendants were all very, very attentive. Like, do you need anything? Do you need water? Apple juice? You want 10 waters? You want 30 apple juices? You want a meal? You want an extra meal? What do you want?
Well, she asked me like 3 times to clear my plate. I saw her sitting in the row because usually she's got to attend to so many people, but she just sat there and waited like, when are these people going to be done with their food so I can take the trays away?
They were very like, I remember hitting the call button, and because the snack is like a roast beef sandwich or whatever, and I was like, oh, I'm hungry right now. This sounds good. So I hit the call button. I, no joke, was like, oh, I wonder how long this will take. By the time I finished that sentence, she was there. It was so attentive.
That's a little sarcastic, but okay.
No, she really was. She really was.
All right, so roast beef aside, but we both slept really well because we had so much space.
Yes.
Both you and I slept for like 8 of the 13 hours on the flight.
Usually that flight is so long because you like watch 4 movies and you're like, great, how much time do I have left? Oh, I cannot watch another 8 movies? Fantastic. But this flight, we conked out and we woke up with like 4 hours of the flight left, and it was like, oh, I guess we're almost there. Okay,
I don't mean to rush you, but we only get like 10 more minutes of the show.
I'm sorry. Keep going. I'm in trouble.
Amanda is really enjoying being on the show, obviously. Okay, so we get to Taiwan first in the morning, and we go through security.
Yes.
It takes like a couple seconds. Going through Taiwan is real simple. We get there, it's like 4 in the morning, so everyone's sleepy, things are closed. But that's when we first realized everybody's wearing a mask.
Yes.
Right? And so we have the N95 masks, and
shout out to Home Depot.
Yeah, we found them at Home Depot. We found them in Tukwila. Or not Tukwila, what am I saying? Tulalip, which thankfully we found them there. And the N95 have the respirators on them, which are really helpful. When you're coming here, I don't think you really need them. It's nice to have, like when you're in a taxi, when you're on public transportation. The taxi probably is the more important one. But if you don't have one, I really wouldn't worry about it. It's just a matter of you'll see all of the locals wearing them, but you can tell all the tourists aren't wearing them.
Back to the original point. So we land in Taipei and we get off the plane and everyone has masks, has gloves. It's one of those things that you're like, oh, this is very, very hyper diligent about being as clean as possible, or as anyways, in conclusion. So we go to Taipei and we have, through the Amex card, we have Priority Pass, and that gives us access to a couple of the lounges there. So
yeah, check if you have a credit card or some type of mileage plan, check with your layover that you have access to one of those lounges, because it's just an extra level of comfort when you're in a foreign country, because they have food, they have places to sit, private bathrooms, drinks.
Pro tip, I didn't realize this, but I guess in certain areas of the lounge, they have private rooms that you can book. So I recommend, if you can, book a private room so you can rest, you can have like your own little space to just clear your head and kind of relax without having to be in the presence of a larger group. But we had no problem. We were in the lounge with maybe like in our area, like 10 other people tops. You can go back and forth to grab snacks and drinks and go back to your seat and just relax. But from Taipei, we went to our flight in Bangkok. It was another EVA flight, and it was even more empty.
I don't know if it was more empty.
It was.
We had someone sitting right in front of us, so it didn't feel as empty.
It didn't feel as empty, but we counted all the heads in premium economy, and there were 7 heads, including ours. So it was rather empty for us. But yeah, it was a quick flight. It was.
That flight always seems faster.
Is it 4 hours?
Yeah, it's like 4 hours.
Like
but
4
after
hours.
you do the 13 hours and then you do like a 3 or 4 hour layover, the flight from Taiwan to Bangkok, or if you're coming from Singapore or South Korea, that's the quick one.
Yeah, you blink and it happens.
Okay, so we arrive. And what's customs like going in Bangkok?
Going through customs, you obviously head towards the customs area, and you go up to a Thai official. They honestly look like military. I'm not really sure. It looks a super official.
How long did it take?
We walked right up. We had pre-filled out our forms. Let's be very clear. We had pre-filled out our forms, and by we I mean I pre-filled out our forms, and you walk right up. You talk to the guy. He's like, "Why are you here?" And you're like, "I'm here on vacation." He's like, "Great. Put your fingerprints on this scanner thingy, and do your 4 fingers and then your thumbs. Great, all good to go. See you later." And that was it. It was like timed maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, there was 0 wait going through customs because the flights were so empty. I mean, we sat there at customs before for well over an hour to go through there. So yeah, it was very fast, faster than we've ever seen it. We get through customs, straightforward. They give you the customs flyer on the plane, so fill that out before, so you're well prepared. We did walk through a security check, and they have them here in a lot of public places, where they have an infrared camera where you have to take your hat off and your mask, and you'll just walk through the security gate, but they're checking everyone. So if you have a high temperature, you have a fever, they're going to know, and I guess they'll flag you. But we passed through that, get through customs, we picked up our bags, and the first thing that we did was Amanda went and exchanged just a little bit of cash. I think it was like $100, $200.
100 US.
Exchange US for Thai baht. Thai baht right now is like 30, 31 baht per dollar.
So don't change currency in the US. Change currency always here.
Yeah, change one right when you get there. And then we went to, from getting money, we went and swapped out our SIM cards. If I'm capable, I will put the link right here to the video that I made about swapping the SIM cards, but that was really easy. And then thankfully we had your uncle who picked us up from the airport. But if you don't have someone pick you up, once you get your SIM card, and you could do this before, download the app Grab Taxi. You can also just get a normal taxi, but it's just like Uber or Lyft. You type it in, they have a designated spot, you show up, the car pulls up, you identify your car, you get in, they drop you off. It's all transacted.
Well,
it's
so you have 3 ways.
Very easy.
You have 3 ways. So Grab Taxi, regular taxi, and then you have the train. So there's a train that goes from the airport directly to Siam. Siam is like the center hub of it all. And from there, you can take like public transportation, otherwise known as the BTS or Bangkok train system, or that's what it feels like. Bangkok train system, and that connects pretty much to the main populous areas. So especially if you're staying at our hotel, the W Bangkok, it drops you right off at Cheongnan-si.
So then we get to Bangkok, and everyone's asking about masks. So let's go back to the masks. Are people wearing masks here?
Most people are wearing masks on the Bangkok train system. They're wearing medical masks, not the rated N95 mask. You'll see a few tourists that do have the N95 mask, but I would say most tourists on that train are not necessarily wearing one. But yes, most people are wearing masks. If you go to a large populous area like any markets or the malls, most people are wearing masks.
All right, since we only have we still have 8 more minutes. Okay, so let's talk about the first week that we've been here. So now, we've been here for 4 days?
We've been here for 4 days.
And what's it been like? What's the weather been like?
The weather is hot.
It's what?
Hot. I was gonna say soft. What's that WWE guy?
All right, let's move forward.
It's hot. It's humid.
Today was 95.
I have never been so embarrassed of my sweat stash, but I've had a pretty serious sweat stash.
Yeah, we discovered that you have a sweat stash.
The Burt Reynolds of sweat stashes I've had. And I think partially it's because of the mask, but also partially because I haven't been here in a year. So it's warm. I would say, wear something that's breathable. Wear something that you can sweat in that's not gonna show.
Well, what are the things that a girl should be wearing? What kind of clothes did you bring?
I am wearing this nice cotton tank top.
Cotton's not very good though, is it?
It's breathable.
Is it?
I think it was breathable.
I thought they told us not to bring cotton.
Whatever you wear, you gonna sweat.
Yeah, you're gonna sweat no matter what.
So, if you have to wear long pants, I have these nice swishy long pants that I bought. They're really thin. It's kind of like the, you'll know, linen material. I got these at Target for $15. I don't know why girls do that. We always do that. We're like, oh, we got this. Oh,
you
it's so
always
cute.
do that.
Oh, I only got it for $15.
Yeah, you always do that.
It's a girl thing.
Okay, but don't wear jeans. Jeans are a terrible idea. You'll see locals wearing jeans. Don't wear jeans. You will be absolutely miserable.
So hot.
I'm
like sweating thinking about wearing jeans. I recommend a hat. A hat keeps the sun out of your face. Yeah. It also is a little sweaty, but keeping the sun out of your face is probably a bigger priority.
Yeah, we've pretty much worn the hats every single day. And I don't think you're really prepared for that. But it's so much nicer to have the hat. And if you are wearing the mask, the hat helps keep the mask on.
Yes, especially since my hair gets like really kind of oily, but that's besides the point. I do recommend that you have something that's really cool and hip, if you care about that, is fanny packs. So if you wear a crossbody fanny pack, I like it much more than my usual method of backpack. A backpack you have to be very thoughtful about, especially with pickpocketers and things that could potentially be slashed off your back. So fanny packs are really nice. You can wear them around your fanny. You can wear them around your body. They look really hip and they're easy to access from your side.
And they can carry some Purell for you.
Purell.
If you can't get sanitizer
don't worry about it.
In the U.S., you can definitely get it all over here too.
You can walk to any pharmacy store here,
yeah.
Or any 7-Eleven. They all have hand sanitizers. If you would feel more comfortable with a medical mask or a mask of any sort, most of those pharmacies here carry them. There's no shortage. You can definitely get toilet paper here too. I know that's a huge concern. But yeah, it's been warm. I think for us, adjusting to the time is very interesting. Connor and I have been coming back to our apartment during the hottest times of the afternoon to take naps and be in AC and sit down.
Yeah, and that's from like 1:30 to 4.
Yeah, and then we're like, oh, we're hungry. We got to go out and
But
eat.
the evenings have been really nice. I mean, they've been like mid-80s. It's still hot.
Yeah.
But the evenings are a little bit more breezy and cool. The only time it's really brutal is when you're in the direct sunlight. Oh, like yesterday we walked through Lumpini Park, and the only time it really hurt was when there was no cloud cover. But there was a lot of clouds yesterday and today, and so it wasn't so bad.
Yeah.
But we also but we know why there are so many malls here is because it's free air conditioning. So make sure you plan out some trips to the malls, especially if you're going to be there in the middle of the day. We also are big fans of going and seeing a movie in the middle of the day. You can see a movie here at like all the theaters that are really nice, reserved seating for $7, and it's kind of like an option every day. It's like, well, we could go see a movie if we got nothing to do.
I know. I don't remember last time we saw a matinee.
I don't know if people they're only here for like a week, so maybe they won't.
Maybe some people need a break.
So what about food? What have we been eating, Amanda?
Oh, girl, we have been eating the best food. You can get spicy basil chicken. You can get khao man gai.
People don't know what these are.
Okay, so spicy basil chicken. You probably heard me talking about it from my mom. My mom makes spicy basil chicken, but it is so good. It is just chicken, crumbled chicken. I don't know the word.
It's very basic. It's just ground chicken and peppers and rice, and sometimes you get a fried egg.
Oh, it's so good.
Okay,
Yes, khao man gai. Khao man gai is Hainanese style chicken rice. It's basically boiled chicken with some flavor, some ginger, some yumminess over a bed of rice with some cucumber soup.
Where can they get all this food?
You can get this on the street. Luckily for Thailand, everything is on the street. You can get skewers. Everything is like $1, $2. So you'll typically see prices fluctuate from 40 baht, which is about $1.25, to if you're paying 100 baht, that's too much. But 100 baht, which is $3.
But what if I don't speak Thai? How do I go order street food?
That's okay. Thai people are super accommodating and they're super nice. So all you have to do is point and say that, or one. Just point to one, and they'll take care of you. They'll figure it out. Most people in Bangkok speak a little English, So you'll be okay with street food, especially if you just do one of those or one of those, and everyone will be like, great, I'll just take care of it.
Yeah. It takes a little bit to figure out what different stands sell what different types of food, though. Because Amanda went and got a massage, and I walked around and went to go find food, and it was so much more intimidating when I didn't have Amanda to just like have the confidence to walk up to this lady and if you want noodles, you'll see the noodles are in like their little window on their cart.
Yes.
Right? And so that's kind of like the indicators. Like you see noodles, they also have like a bowl, and it's usually got 2 or 3 sections in it, and you'll see it steaming. And those are like, that's where I can get noodle soup. And then if you say soup, they'll know soup. And then you can kind of just struggle through it, and you'll get it. And what they have on the carts, a lot of times the more popular carts will have anywhere from like 2 to 6 other tables right there. And when they have the tables, that's kind of like a good sign that it's probably a good place or an okay place to go.
Yeah.
And then you order, you sit down, they'll bring you the food, you eat, and then you pay them afterwards.
Yeah. So a couple of pro tips. 1, gai and chicken, Gai is chicken. Moo, Moo, moo is pork. That doesn't make any sense. So if you see gai or moo, you'll know chicken or pork. Sen yai is wide noodles. Sen mi is little noodles. And then if you like egg noodles, which I like egg noodles, you can just say egg noodles and they'll know.
All right, just go with the point method.
I'm trying to give our tips for Thai competence. And then you say thank you.
I go with
Please
the point
and thank
method.
you is always preferred.
Yeah, so of
and
course.
anytime you travel, please or thank you.
Anytime, any day, you should say please and thank you.
Anytime, any day.
Anywhere you
please
are.
And thank you. Ding.
Okay, so the other tips that I want you to know that you should download on your phone, assuming you have an unlocked phone and you're going to be getting a SIM card here, the 3 apps, Amanda has been using Google Translate, which just opens up the camera and it'll translate everything for you. So if you're at one of these food carts, it's all going to be in Thai, but you can just hold it up and it'll be like noodle soup or it'll be like garlic chicken, and that'll help you a ton wherever you are. Also at all the malls, a lot of the malls have food courts, and what you do is they always have a cashier in the center of the food court, and you go and you give that cashier, 500 baht, and they give you a card, and then that card works at all of the stalls.
What does it have to do with apps? Oh.
I'm getting there.
Oh.
And so the other app, so Google Translate, the other one is Grab Taxi, which we talked about earlier.
It's just called Grab in the app, GRAB.
GRB, and that's like Uber and Lyft, and it'll do all those good things for you. And then, do people need to download Line?
I recommend some sort of e-communication tool, like WhatsApp, Line, Facebook Messenger. Most Thai people here use Line, Line. That's just an easy way to communicate with other people here, or potentially pay. You can use it for payment too.
Yeah, but
it's like kind of like Square Cash.
Whoever you're traveling with, coordinate with them. Whatever the messaging app that they prefer or you prefer to talk on, just make sure you coordinate that and you have that on your phone and ready.
Yes, I prefer Line.
Line's probably not necessary. The only reason you and I would not be communicating on Line.
I recommend Line.
We would be using Instagram or Facebook or something else.
Here's why. I use Line because... Is it because I talked too long?
Yeah, you definitely did. All right, so we just hit our 29 minutes, so that is the end of the show.
I'm so sorry I rambled.
Yeah.
I can keep going.
We'll work on this for next week.
It's my first time.
Yeah, it's your first time.
Yeah, cut me some slack, internet. Don't you put this on Reddit.
Next week's show will be a lot better. We'll be more organized. We're sorry. Shout out to everyone who's traveling here this week. We're so excited. Let us know if you have any questions. And we can't wait to see all of you. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you like to message us. And
Can I do the outro song?
No.
That's
That's your outro song?
Yeah, do you remember? What's that cartoon?
I don't know. I don't know what she's talking about this entire show.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
But yeah, we're excited to see you guys. Thank you very much. We'll have another episode out maybe when you guys get here. And we'll talk about what you should expect for the wedding.
Is it Warner Brothers?
Come on, show.
Sorry.
Bye.